Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today we are heading back to the Kyoto Driving Park for the Porsche Cup. First of all, I'm just going to make sure that we have got the hard race difficulty setting selected, which we do, so we're all good with regards to that. We are then going to head over to the Kyoto Driving Park and across to the Porsche Cup option. The car that we're going to be using is the 911 GT3. I'm on racing soft tyres. The suspension differential is pretty much standard. The ECU I've got set to 100 and the power restrictor also 100, but I have set the ballast to 94 and leaving that in the middle for this particular race. Carbon brake system, otherwise pretty much everything else is standard on this particular car. And those adjustments just to bring the PP in line. So this is the Porsche Cup at the Kyoto Driving Park. 5 laps to go from last to first, and we're going to be up against a real old mix of Porsches. Some really nice Porsches in this particular race. So as we come down into the first corner, we're going to be looking for 4th gear through here. No real braking as we go into the first corner, just feathering the accelerator to make sure that we don't go out too wide, just getting up onto the curb. We're going to cut down on the inside of that pink Porsche 911 Carrera and again on that 911 Turbo. We're going to go on the outside of that Carrera RS. So 3 beautiful Porsches already overtaken as we go into this fast left-hander using 5th gear all the way through here, chasing down 2 more Porsches, the red car and the blue car. How to race? No, I'm not going to go there. As we go down the hill, the car gets a little bit light. Going to brake at the beginning of the curve down into 3rd gear. We've caught the white car at the worst possible time, but we're going to overtake him on the exit on the way out for a nice little overtake. That puts us up into 9th place. We're catching the RS in front of us, going down the inside, using those letters for a braking reference down into 2nd gear to get some rotation around what is effectively the hairpin bend. And then we're going to go around the outside of, can we get this one done? No, backing out of it ever so slightly. As we come out of the corner, we do manage to get ahead of the RS. Up through the gears, down into 2nd for this tight right-hander as we come up to finish the lap in 7th place and 8 seconds away from the leaders in front. Now we haven't discussed fuel or tyres. Basically this is just a straightforward sprint, so we've got to get this done ourselves on tracks and no hanging around. We've done the GTS into the beginning of the first corner. We're going to cut underneath the black 911 GT3, and then we got a little bit of clean air to Wong in front of us, who is 3 seconds down the road and 6 seconds to the leaders. So we are making some good headway on the leader. Lap number 2 of 5, so we've got a little bit of time, but we are going to need to continue to push on. We'll get through this particular lap and then I'll maybe look at some of the gear choices and the braking references. But obviously you can pause and rewind and slow down the video if you wish. I always seem to catch up with cars into this little section. I went a little bit deep there. Normally it's better just to come in behind the cars and then you'll be able to overtake them on the exit of that complex and as you go up the hill, and that would have enabled me to have overtaken both of these before this corner. Managed to get up the inside of the GT3 and then we managed to get the 959 overtaken on the way out. 2nd place now, some clean air to Caraza in 1st place, who is still 3.5 seconds down the road. So now it's really a case of just working the lines, working the braking zones, the gears, and just trying to get on the back of that yellow Porsche as quickly as we can. So as we cross the line, this first corner is very quick, so I'm going to just start to brake a little bit after the beginning of the curb and then 4th gear all the way through here. and then just keep it planted as you go through the S's here, just lifting on the apexes as you need to, just to balance the car. So just a little lift on each of those apexes, otherwise on the power as much as you can. Fourth gear through there as we go across the lettering there, just as I came off the lettering, came off with the accelerator on the brake, get it down into fourth gear for this one, feathering the throttle as needed. I'm going to get in the slipstream of Carrazzo as we go over the top. The car gets a little bit light, braking at the beginning of that curb, looking for the apex here, apexing that one, looking for the apex on this one, and then on the power as quickly as we can to see if we can get a run on the first place car as we go up the hill. Didn't quite manage to get enough power, so we're going to need to do this under braking at the beginning of the lettering there, down into second gear. Still didn't quite manage to get the overtake done, but we get an opportunity as he goes a little bit wide on the apex there, and that gave us the opportunity to come by. But he's still there on the outside, he's still there, he comes through, braking really late through there. So clearly there is a lot of time that I can find through that little complex. I'm braking too early on the way in, letting him come back at me, so we're going to have to do all of that again on the track, and then bear that in mind when we get round to that little chicane area. So as we come up to cross the line for the end of lap 3, well, 0.4 of a second, 0.3 of a second, you can see the distance to the car in front. We're right there, we're chasing him down really hard, gone a little bit wide into the first corner. That's enabled us to come up the inside of that car, but he's still there, he's still on the outside, it's still not done. Oh, he gets a little bit of a nudge on my back bumper, which has really put him back. That has got that move well and truly done. Now, I could really have done with the radar on to see exactly where he was, but that was some pretty hard racing at the end there, and I'm not going to worry too much because the AI hits me enough in these World Circuit races, so the fact we had a little bit of a coming together was too bad. Using the yellow sign on the gantry there just to keep the car in the middle of the track as we go over the top. When you are really going quick in some of these cars, they do tend to go a little bit light as you go over the top, so I preferred to go underneath the yellow sign and get yourself straightened up for the corner at the end there. Braking at the beginning of that lettering again, then straight to the apex of this corner, second gear, using loads of the curb on the way over, bring over to the left up to third gear, just bringing it across. Haven't really got a brake reference there. I think that's probably why I was struggling with that corner a little bit. I didn't really pick up a brake reference, it was just more sort of feel through that corner. This one, braking on the hut on the left hand side, you can see the window is completely white out with the sun in it. That tended to be my braking reference point there. And then as we come up and across the line to start lap number 5, just braking on the 50-meter board down into fourth gear, feathering the throttle through here to try and get as much speed as we can through here. That has put us up to 2.7 seconds. Again, flat through here, just lifting for the apexes, as you can see. No need for any brake, just lifting to balance the car. I think if you're a bit braver, you could probably go through there flat. I preferred just to lift it, just settle the car down a little bit. And when you've got a 4-second margin to the car behind, it doesn't make sense to try anything silly. I tended to just to keep it easy. So underneath the yellow sign, drift across to the right, down into third gear, loads of the curb through there. Could have taken a lot more of the curb on the way in, better on the mid corner, could have taken a lot more on the way out as well. Could have carried a lot more speed through there, but as I said, I'm really not taking any chances in this one. I'm not going 100%. I just want to bring this home for the trophy and for the win. We've still got the fastest lap of 1:44.6. Haven't really spoken about the laps too much, but we started off, we got a 1:47 for lap 1, a 1:45, 1:46, 1:44. So yeah, fairly consistent throughout this particular race. Nothing to write home about, nothing overly exciting. We've just got a car and a tuning that just works and then it's just a case of absolutely going for it during this sprint race. So as we come up to cross the line, that is first place for us in this beautiful blue 911. Love this car, really, really nice. 6.9 seconds ahead of the GT3 behind. In fact, the top three of us were all running the 911 GT3, so it looks like that is the car of choice for this particular race. 70,000 credits. We didn't get a clean race bonus. No great surprise for this one, but it's all about the trophy. So that is my car of choice. That is my tuning. After that, it's just a straightforward sprint. Overtaking, under braking for the majority of the time. We had one or two little bumps with the AI cars. I think I could have been a lot more careful and could quite easily have got the clean race bonus for this particular one on the hard AI setting. So I could have been a little bit more careful, was a bit careless at times. A couple of the corners I know there is a lot more time to be taken out, but I am only an average racer, and this shows you how as an average racer you can very, very quickly and easily get the trophy. So I hope you found this video useful and entertaining. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button, because that will really, really help me out no end, and I will appreciate it very, very much. If you are a current subscriber, back for more. As always, thank you ever so much for continuing to support my channel. It's greatly appreciated. For now, I will see you on another video coming very, very soon. Please join me for that and hit the bell button for notifications of when that video comes in. For now, take care. Bye-bye.